Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Yeah, Radha and Mataji, whenever you're ready, you can start, Mataji. I'll share my screen.
Hare Krishna to all dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Happy Nityananda Trayadashi to all the devotees. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam. Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 32. Daksha curses lost dreams. Text 1. Vidura inquires, why was Daksha, who was so affectionate towards his daughter, envious of Lord Shiva, who is the best among the gentle? Why did he neglect his daughter Sati? Text 2. Lord Shiva, the spiritual master of the entire world, is free from the enmity, is a peaceful personality, and is always satisfied in himself. He is the greatest among the demigods. How is it possible that Daksha could be inimical towards such an auspicious personality? Text 3. My dear Maitreya, to part with one's life is very difficult. Would you kindly explain to me how such a son-in-law and father-in-law could quarrel so bitterly that the great goddess Sati could give up her life? Give up her life. Text 4. The sage Maitreya said, in a former time, the leaders of the universe creation performed a great sacrifice in which all the great sages, philosophers, demigods, and fire gods assembled with their followers. Text 5. When Daksha, the leader of the Prajapatis, entered that assembly, his personal bodily luster, as bright as the effulgence of the sun, the entire assembly was illuminated and all the assembled personalities became insignificant in his presence. Text 6. Influenced by his personal bodily luster, all the fire gods and other participants in that great assembly, with the exceptions of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, gave up their own sitting places and stood in respect for Daksha. Text 7. Daksha was adequately welcomed by the president of the great assembly, Lord Brahma. After offering Lord Brahma's respect, Daksha, by the order of Brahma, properly took his seat. Text 8. Before taking his seat, however, Daksha was very much offended to see Lord Shiva sitting and not showing him any respect. At that time, Daksha became greatly angry and his eyes glowing. He began to speak very strongly against Lord Shiva. Text 9. All sages, brahmanas, and fire gods present, please hear me with attention, for I speak about the manners of the gentle persons. I do not speak out of the ignorance or envy. Text 10. Shiva has spoiled the name and fame of the governor of the universe and has polluted the path of the gentle manners because he is the shameless. He does not know how to act. Text 11. He has already accepted himself as my subordinate by marrying my daughter in the presence of fire and brahmanas. He has married my daughter, who is equal to Gayatri, and has pretended to be just like an honest person. Text 12. He has eyes like a monkey's, Yet he has married my daughter, whose eyes are just like those of a deer cub. Nevertheless, he did not stand up to receive me, nor did he think it fit to welcome me with sweet words. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Madhu. Yeah. Whenever you're ready, Madhu, Rasa Chandik Madhu, you can start, Madhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Danvat Pranam. Happy Nityanand Triyodashi to everyone over here. Thank you, Radharani Mataji, for reading it. Prabhuji, can I share my screen?
Yes, Madhu, please go.
Start with short prayers. Om Jnanam Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are reading our text, fourth canto, second chapter, text 1 to 12. Basically, the title is Daksha curses Lord Shiva. We are setting up in these first 12 shlokas, we are going to be setting up the scene for what happened and why did Daksha curse Lord Shiva. So in the first text, Vidhur inquired. So here Vidhur is asking Maitra Muni that why every father is very affectionate to his daughter. And because he's so affectionate to his daughter, he will be very affectionate to the son-in-law also, because there is a soft place for that person. But still, after this beautiful relationship also, Vidura is inquiring, why is Daksh Maharaj so envious towards Lord Shiva, who is the best among the gentle people? Why did he neglect his daughter Shati? So here once there was a yajna that was done for the pacification of the universe, or on which this story will be elaborated. So here he's saying that why is he envious to Lord Shiva, who is so gentle? So Shiva, the term Shiva means all auspicious, right? All auspicious, as in he is not envious to anybody, and he's such a gentle personality that nobody can be envious to him also. Lord Shiva is so down to earth. Lord Shiva is one personality we see who doesn't have any Raj Mahal or a big palace to live in. He lives on the mountains under the trees, so he doesn't own so much, right? Enviousness also comes when a person is very, very opulent. Enviousness is, oh, this person has so much, I don't have anything. Why I don't have anything? And then the enviousness starts. So Lord Shiva is not a personality whom you can have animosity towards. He's a very, very amazing bhakta, very, very simple person. Then how, there is a question that is raised, how is Daksha having so much enviousness towards Shivaji? Here in second text, there is second question he's asking. He's making a point and then asking, Lord Shiva, he is the spiritual master for the entire world. Lord Shiva is also known as Charachar Guru. So Charachar Guru means he is the Guru Maharaj, spiritual Guru for anything animate or inanimate. So he is also known as Bhutanath. Bhutanath means he is, Bhuta means ghosts, Bhut, and Nath, he is Guru for them also. So that means that even people who are not really strong enough to do any austerities will also surrender to Shivaji. He is very, very kind-hearted, very, very soft-hearted. He easily becomes happy. And this is also why he is known as Ashutosh. Ashutosh is very content. So he is giving shelter to so many people. So he is such an amazing, among the Mahajans also, he is such an amazing personality. We see out of the 12 Mahajans, he is the supreme. So how is he, Daksha Maharaj, so envious towards him? So he's basically glorifying Shivji and then putting a question. Shivji is so glorious that he also has his own sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, which is also people can follow that line of disciplic succession and attain Godhead. So, and then he also asks, Prabhupada is also explaining that it is not that Prajapati Daksh is a very random person. He is also a very strong personality. And here Satima is also, Sati means very, very chaste. When you have to give example of a chastity of a woman, when you have to describe it, people very easily say she's like Sati. Right? So Sati is a very chaste personality. So you see, all the three people involved in this situation right now are very, very good people. So how is there enviousness from Daksha towards Lord Shiva? This is how he portrayed the question. And the third thing he asks, my dear Maitrey, to part with one's life is very difficult. So it is very difficult to commit any kind of suicide. We are all aware about it. So then, why was Satima in such an position that she preferred giving up her life because of the quarrel between son-in-law and her own father? So, what was that strenuous situation that occurred, because of which she had to take such a strong action? Giving up her life is not very um, easy thing. Cursing is, right? So, text 4. Here, Maitre Muni starts talking. Yeah. The Maitri Muni said, in a former time, the leaders of the universal creation performed a sacrifice in which all great sages, philosophers, demigod, and fire god assembled. So there was a very big yagya which had taken place, and people who conducted it were namely Maricha, Daksha, and Vashishta. They had conducted this big yagya for pacification of the universal elements, in which all the Devi Devatas, Lord Brahma, Lord Shivji, everybody was present. And in text 5, we will see. In text 5, you see when Daksha, the leader of Prajapati. So Daksha Maharaj means he's Daksha. He's very experienced, very excellent in what he is Prajapati, in popularizing the world. So he also has extreme amazing qualities. Because of it, it is described that he had a bodily luster. We don't have bodily luster and effulgence like sun just because of nothing, right? We don't have such lusters, but Daksh Prajapati did have it. So when he entered the arena, everything was illuminated. It lit up because of his bodily luster. And everybody sitting over there, all the Devi Devatas, stood up in his respect. Hmm? Yeah, I will go on to the next shloka for this. So everybody is standing up because they are offering respect to Daksha Prajapati. So for example, when we are students and teachers enter the class, out of respect, we stand up for them because they are at a supreme position, and because we are offering our respect to them. But if the same teacher is going to enter the office of a principal, the principal will not stand up because the principal is at a higher position than a class teacher. We will keep this aspect in our mind as we read the next shloka, verse number 7. So Daksh was adequately welcomed by the president of the great assembly, Lord Brahma. After offering Lord Brahma respect, Daksha, by the order of Brahma, properly took seat. So we see here all the Devi Devatas stood up in respect, but Brahmaji and Lord Shivaji did not get up. So Lord Brahma is father of Daksha Prajapati. So it is Daksha Prajapati's responsibility to come and greet Lord Brahma. And now here, Shivji at this moment was meditating and had his eyes shut. So he is completely in trance mode. But that being said, he is also at a superior position as compared to Daksha Prajapati. But also, he is the son-in-law of Daksha Prajapati. So you can see it in both ways that being a son-in-law, he should get up out of respect. And then also he is a very superior personality, so he need not get up to honor. And there is another situation that we have to be aware about, that Shivji was meditating at that time and wasn't aware of the presence. So we'll go on to the next shloka, shlok 8, verse 8. So here, before taking his seat, however, Daksh was very much offended to see Lord Shiva sitting and not showing him any respect. So we already know that Daksha Prajapati was a little bit envious towards Shivaji. And on top of that, Shivji did not stand up. So what has really happened over here is the false ego has been staggered very hard. Um, at that time, Daksh became greatly angry, and his eyes glowing, he began to speak very strongly against Lord Shiva. So in Bhagavad Gita 2.62, it is also said that once you get into anger, you are actually going to lose your sanity, right? Whatever you will do after too much anger, that is not going to be the right acharan. It is not supposed to happen like that. And then in Bhagavad Gita only, 16 chapter, 1.16 chapter, first to third shloka, it is mentioned that any person who will give up animosity, enviousness, who will give up anger, who will give up the concept of demanding respect, only that person is very pious person. So we are seeing here that Daksh Prajapati is demanding respect. Respect is always commanded according to your acharan, according to your behavior. You are given respect, but here Daksh Prajapati is highly too much into pride. What is pride? Pride means having something. I have something. And then on top of that, having an understanding that obviously I deserve this is the reason why I have this. Because I'm a very deserving personality. So when you think that you're very deserving for having something, that's when pride attacks you. And here, Prajapati has been attacked by that pride. He is already envious towards Lord Shivaji, and he is now very angry. So, all the qualities that Krishna listed in Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, saying that if you lose these qualities, you will be a very pious person. So, we see Daksha Prajapati holding all those qualities. So, we can understand that he's lost his sanity. And this generally happens whenever false ego is being attacked, right? In in text 9 here, then all the sages, Brahmanas, fire god present, please hear me with attention, for I speak about the manners of gentle person. I do not speak out of ignorance or envy. Whenever a person says that, oh, I'm telling you this thing because, not because I'm envious of you, that means the person is envious. This is how a person will always cover up his animosity towards other. So this is also a way of removing all your anger against the other person and still trying to portray as if I am a very disciplined, generous person and I don't have envy. And exactly same approach Daksha Prajapati is using, saying that he is not at all envious. And he's saying, he's addressing the entire assembly present over here. So, Daksh Prajapati being at that position of a Prajapati, he also is aware after talking anything ill about anyone in the assembly, the assembly will not have a very joyous environment. Not everybody is going to be happy, right? People, even if you're not speaking out of enviousness, still people will become morose. Nobody wants to have any negativeness when you're doing something very auspicious. This we see even in our day-to-day material world. Whenever we are doing something auspicious, we do not want to have any kind of fight. We will always say, oh, there is an issue, we will talk about it later. Let's first successfully complete whatever austerity is being done. This even we understand here, even Daksha Prajapati understood, but there was so much anger in him, that ignorance in him, that it overtook his intelligence over here, and he started speaking very badly against Lord Shiva in front of the entire assembly. Then in text 10, Shiva has spoiled the name and fame of the governors of the universe and has polluted the path of gentle manners because he is shameless. He does not know how to act. So these are the terms he is using for Lord Shiva. Okay, this is one of the important translation if devotees would like to read today. Prabhupada has really explained very nicely in this. It's a short one though. So here he says the words used against Lord Shiva by Daksha can also be understood in a different good sense. You know, we can try and understand it in a good sense. This is a quality that we can actually learn to practice when we are also practicing devotees. All of us should learn how to see the good in others. So here he is condemning Lord Shiva, but instead we can see all the terms that he used for Lord Shiva, how we can see it in positive, in a very positive manner. So here he stated Shivji as Yashogna. That means one who spoils the name and fame. We can see here in the purport, one who spoils the name and fame. This is the term he is using for Shivji. So this can also be interpreted to mean that he was so famous that he killed other people's fame. Like how glorious is Shivji that other people's fame was not as visible as himself in like when in his presence. Then again, he is using another word which is nirapatrapa, which also can be used in two senses. One is who's stunned, and the other one is very beautiful. One who is the maintainer of a person who has no shelter. So generally, most of the people you will see in the material world are very, very much attracted to Shivji because he is very, very kind-hearted and he accepts everyone. So he not only accepts the Vaishnavas or dull-headed, he will accept the Bhutas, demoniac propensity people also, and try to bring them to a much elevated level. And this is why previously also we said that he is also termed as Ashitosha. So because of all the negative words that Daksh Prajapati is using against Shivji, we can also understand it with a positive meaning also, which is very beautifully stated of how Shivji gives shelter to everybody because he is such a big Vaishnava. Only Vaishnavas can have this kind of attitude also. It is somewhere in a lecture I had heard that if Krishna is not giving you mercy, but if a Vaishnav gives you mercy, Krishna will automatically give you mercy because Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala and he is so much under the control of his Bhakta. So if Bhakta is giving you mercy, if Bhakta is happy with you, it means Krishna is happy with you. And Shivji is the best among all the devotees. And if he is happy with you, Krishna is going to be happy with you. But here, Daksh Prajapati is not able to understand that because he thinks he himself is very famous and glorious. Text 11, the translation says, he has already accepted himself as my subordinate. So what is he trying to say? That he's supposed to be in my team. So when you are in my team, you have to follow what I say and you have to appreciate what I do, right? Because you are in my team. How did he become his subordinate? By marrying Mother Sati. Okay, so he's saying he's married And my daughter, who is as Gayatri personification, and he's pretending to be an honest person. So when he's saying that he's just pretending to be an honest person, he's calling Shivji dishonest. Why is he calling dishonest? Because according to him, Shivji should be in his team. So whatever he does should be glorified by Shivji, but he did not even offer him respect. So how is he an honest personality? He is questioning this to everybody seated in that assembly. So for today, the last shloka that we have, text 12, is he is talking about that he has eyes like monkeys. So basically, from text 9 to 18, he will start like defaming Lord Shiva. And we end over here today. So we'll just read up till here that he's saying he has eyes like monkey, and my daughter is very beautiful like a deer cub. Still, I, Daksha Prajapati, gave my beautiful daughter to this monkey eyed person. That's how he's trying to portray in front of everybody. And because one thing that is pricking him so hard is, again, he says, nevertheless, he did not even receive me, nor did he think it fit to welcome me with sweet words. So, one more thing that we have learned over here is whenever somebody approaches to our house, we do three basic things. Is like we offer them seat, offer them something, water to drink or food, and we give them sweet words, right? A sweet word, seat, and a water. So he was expecting a lot of respect. So when you have two expectations for too much of respect, and when you're not able to get it, anger is obviously going to come. We should never have the attitude of demanding respect. It should always be commanded. You should never ask for respect, because if you do and you don't get it, you're always going to fall in the trap of angry animosity, and we will be in a state like Daksh Prajapati. So here, also in a lecture, I heard like defaming anybody. Vaishnava aparad is the biggest aparad, but defaming anybody also is equal to a sin, because you don't know that anybody, does he stand on a position of a devotee or no. So humility is a way that we should be accepting, not this kind of behavior that unfortunately Daksh Prajapati has accepted, and he will go on defaming Lord Shiva and following verses also, which we will be discussing tomorrow. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you for a wonderful class, Mataji. Hare Krishna.